Okay, I'm back. I wanted to, um, I'm just coming live for a second. Miss Faithful is on her way over here. Um, just sending love her way. But she is fine, just so y'all know, she is fine. Um, that's the thing about people who have a big heart and care. Sometimes, you got to make sure other people are okay, right? And praise God, we prepared for this kind of stuff. So we prepared for it. So that's why she's on her way over here because I got some things that will help her situation. So I want everybody to know Miss Faithful is fine, all is well. She is on her way over here because she needs to come get something from me so she can help someone else. Um, so everything's fine there. Uh, what I do want to say, because I missed a lot of the chat, and I'm so glad you guys are connecting and things. And I'm so glad that, our Sean is doing what he does, testing the spirit. That's what he does. He tested me as well, So I love that that's going on. But here's what is important for me to let you guys know. I saw in the chat, like I only saw a little bit, it's important when people are recommending that you do certain things, it is so important that you research it, right? Research it. It is so important. Same thing with me. I remember I told everyone about oxygen, right? Because if it's the CEOs, how do you combat the CEOs? You get oxygen. But if you overdo it with oxygen, right, you could really harm yourself. Right? So you want to be diligent. You want to be good stewards, and you want to research these things, right? He said, "Let thy food be thy medicine," right? So you don't, I don't want anyone doing like what was going on with T Man, where people was talking about putting bleach in their veins, or you know what I mean. So I am not recommending any of the things. Like that's not my personal recommendation. Anything of the things being said in the chat because I don't know what's being said. I only see bits and pieces as I'm trying to scroll through and stay engaged. So I just want to say that as a disclaimer for the last chat. That means we doing something though. If you got to do some disclaimers, right? So as a disclaimer for the last chat, I couldn't see what everyone was recommending, so therefore I put no recommendations. Only thing I could say is research it for yourself, right? And let's not be dogmatic, right? To where now you're doing stuff like what they were doing when T Man told them to put bleach in their bodies. That was a dogmatic move if anybody really would have done such a thing. You know what I mean? So I want to be clear on that. We may have to make a new code word because I'll read them and they keep shutting off our chat. But send us the new code words and AI won't know, okay? That could that's Al. So, I said, you meant AI. I see it. I read it wrong. This morning, okay. Over the city. Okay, let's talk about these dreams, y'all. I done had quite a few dreams, so that's why I'm here to tell you about these dreams. So today, um, I had a dream. Um, in that dream, me and my kids, actually it was it was basically my whole household. My husband took me and the kids to go get some McDonald's. Okay. And, but I got to pause and give you some backstory. I got to give you some backstory in order for you to understand this dream. When Steve Banoon and them, which I love Israeli News Live, I really do. I just love their hearts. I love who they are as people. But when they did the video talking about, a debris field and things as such, you know, I was really angry about that, right? And not angry at them. It was just too much for me. You know what I mean? You know how some people will tell them the truth and they like, man, stop playing. Like, go on with that, right? That's kind of how I was when they talked about the debris field. So that movie, uh, Greenland came out. Okay. And Miss Faithful came over here because I have like a device where I could watch all the movies because it didn't come out here in the city. It came out in other places, right? Other countries. So, long story short, we wanted to watch it together, so that way we could, take away the mystery of what would happen if something like that happened, right? So when Faithful and I watched it, there was a part in that movie where you could see tons of meteorites coming in. Now, mind you, they weren't striking the ground yet, but it was a debris field, so you could see a lot of them coming in. And when Faithful and I were watching that TV show in real life, okay, I then said to her, "See, if it was real, if a debris field was coming, we'd see something like that, which it was just like it looked like a meteor shower, but a very extensive one. If something was like that was coming, there would be a lot of debris around it, right? So that's what I said to her. I was like, so if we see something like that, then we'll know that they're probably telling the truth on Israeli News Live, right? So that was my way of making the confirmation of saying, what's the clue that this is real? And a serious meteor shower would be the clue, right? So now we'll go back to the dream so you'll be able to understand it. In the dream, we went out to grab McDonald's. And while we were riding, I looked up in the sky and I saw what I told her would be the clue. And I'm looking up at the sky and it's a serious meteor shower happening. Nothing's hitting the ground yet. It's just a meteor shower. And then I then tell my husband, like, I told her that's what we'd see if this was real. Let's go home. Hurry up, everybody. We got to go home. It's coming, right? So nobody really knew, nobody but us, because I had said that right there is a clue, right? Then while we're driving home, I'm just like, looking out the window at the sky, and I see what looks like just every airplane you could think of in the world. It was being led by the government, where all the airplanes you could think of were up in the air and they were going. It was like they were moving every airplane they had, and it to the point where it looked like a highway. Like I used to live in a rural area here in Ohio. So every fall, when the birds would fly south for a winter, it would look like a highway in the sky. Like it would just be going for hours, just birds going south. That's what all these jets look like, right? All the jets look like it was every plane you can think of, but you could tell it was being led by the government itself. Like there was a lot of government planes in this highway of planes going across the sky. So the whole time I'm seeing it, I'm going, okay, we got to hurry up and get home. And then I'll tell my husband, I asked him, I say, where should we hide in the house? Like we always knew we was going to be in the house. But should we, make camp in the basement or, that kind of thing. So when we got home, we chose the basement. And I was frustrated running around, like get the get the air mattresses. We're gonna need them if we're down here. But my son, this is gonna make you laugh because it made Rose laugh. But my son wouldn't listen to me. And the mama in me was like, if you don't get them, goddamn, Then I caught myself and went, wait, this means God's coming. Like this is what I said in my dream, right? This means God's coming. Let me calm down. I don't want him to see me cussing out the kids. That's really what I said in my dream. Like, let me calm down. What we're seeing right now means that God Himself is coming. So, chillax, hold your babies. Everything's gonna be okay. Well, I can't say everything was gonna be okay. I'm just gonna say we're all together, right? So that was the dream from today. Let me read the comments before it becomes too much. Wisdom, you may have. Oh, I read that one. Had a dream this morning. China. Okay, I got to tell you about that one. So I had another dream about 4 months ago. 4 months ago, maybe 5 months ago. I'm not exactly sure. Time is running together, but Faithful will confirm this dream. I told her about it right after it happened. So I had another dream where I was in what looked like a camp, right? But there was, you picture being in a small apartment complex. I mean, when not small because it was a big apartment complex, but where maybe the buildings are only 2 feet tall. I mean, 2 feet, 2 stories high or 3 stories high. So it was the buildings weren't skyscrapers, but they weren't really really short either. But it was a lot of them. So I was in an apartment complex like that. But I knew that I was in a camp. Like I was somewhere that I wasn't supposed to leave, right? That's what I knew. I was somewhere that I wasn't really allowed to leave, right? But they were treating me real good, right? I remember thinking like, okay, that nobody's hurt me or anything like that. I remember thinking that. But I looked at the guards and they were all Chinese, all of them, to where I literally felt like I was in Asia, or if I wasn't in Asia. Well, you know what? That's another thing. When we talked about this dream last time, it after we talked through it, maybe I wasn't in Asia, maybe I was here, because there was two men with me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There was two men with me, okay? And those two men, I told them we leaving. So for me to say we're leaving, that must mean I knew where we were, right? Because I literally walked, there was like a hill mound. I walked over the hill mound, and when I turned back and looked, I noticed that the two men weren't men. They were more like superheroes, because one jumped over the mound like with one step, and the other one came like, like Magneto and floated onto the mound, to where I looked and I went, oh, we really gonna be okay. Y'all got powers. We gonna be all right. Let's go, y'all. We leaving. Like I said it on some real live. We leaving. Let's go. And they were coming with me, right? So that was another dream. Like I said, I was either in China, but all or here at an apartment complex that was considered camp. And yeah, yeah, everybody was Chinese. Okay, so that's another one. Another dream that I had, we're going through them, right? Because they mean something because God said, take a Hawkeye view. You got to look at the whole picture. I'm sorry, I'm going to get my charger because my phone's about to die. But you got to look at the whole picture. Uh, so I had another dream, okay? This dream, I think I told you guys about, but I'll tell you again. Hold on one second. I need to get my charger. Hold up. I just want y'all to know my husband's a good husband. He works really hard. He works nights. This is only off day, so I don't want to wake him. So in this other dream, I was at my, no, before I tell you that dream, the one, because that's the one I already told you about Christmas. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I gotta get into a better position so I can tell y'all about, oh man, I done dropped the thing. Hold on. Hold on, I dropped the piece, the plug piece. And y'all know I'm trying not to show everybody the preps, right? Because we don't want all the people to know that. Because, okay, I gotta plug this back in. I dropped the thing. So, the one I didn't tell anybody about. I was standing on like, just outside, right? And once again, I looked up into the sky, and there was 3 ships. And they looked like military ships, right? Like it was obvious that they were military ships. And it was 3 gigantic ships. So think about the movie 2012, right? And remember those arcs, the way they looked in that movie? So picture that, but hovering in the sky, hovering, full-fledged hovering. And when I looked up at them and I said, "Ooh, they getting ready." And then right when I said they're getting ready, one of them locked into place, just like on the movie 2012. And it was like as soon as it locked into place, it was like you knew that not only was it time, it was time, right? So that's another dream that I had. I also had a dream about displacement at Christmas time. Okay. I also had another dream where I looked at Santa Claus, and I was at my sister's house, and I was at a festival for children in a really nice neighborhood. My sister is, really well off, so they usually live in like a gated community type thing. So we were in that community, and there was a children's festival. And when I looked over, I saw Santa Claus. But when I looked at him, and it was like, "Ooh, Santa Claus, Satan's laws." And then the dream switched to where I was in my sister's kitchen, and I was thanking them for letting us stay with them for a while. And my sister said, you can stay as long as you like. But I was like, I ain't about to live with nobody in my head. I was like, I ain't staying long. But this is the part of the dream that really stood out to me. I said to her, "Oh no, we're not gonna stay long. My plan is to go back and rebuild. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back and rebuild. We're not gonna be here that long. But thank you. Thank you anyways." So that was another dream. And that's all these dreams happened this year. I didn't even tell you about the ones from the past. All of those happened this year. So let's see what everybody got to say. I'm sorry, this was supposed to be, let me dim the lights, right? Because remember, this was our cheer chat time. So I'm going to dim the lights. I don't want everybody looking at me just too much in my bonnet. Oh, yeah, that's cool. We got the light from the kitchen. Um, let's see what everybody's saying. Okay. Where did you find the movie to watch? It was on an app called Cinemas on our Fire Stick. So it was an app called Cinemas. Can you see it above? OMG, I'm a dream, and I also have had a dream with them as soldiers here. I'm telling you, they were in my dream at Freddie's camp. They were really nice. I do remember thinking that like no one had harmed me. I don't know if they had the capacity to harm. They probably did. I don't know, but I do remember thinking like, okay, all right, we've been here. And I knew I wasn't supposed to leave, but your girl. Your girl is a little rebellious. So I kind of went, all right, we out, y'all. We leaving. And when I noticed they had powers, I went, we really leaving. We gone. And so, yeah. Yes, hey Charlie, I know you're new to the channel. I'm Wisdom. Faithful is my best friend who does these videos with me. So my name is Faithful. Wisdom does no, I said that backwards. Look at that. Okay, so my name is Wisdom. My best friend's name is Faithful. We do these videos together, but she lives very far away. So, I wouldn't say about 45 minutes away. So she makes the scarves. She loves, sewing and making the scarves and doing that half of our work. And then I do the content, right? I let you guys know what's been going on and how we became so close. And to give you a little bit more background, Charlie, um, 2 months ago, I want to say 2 months, right, y'all? We had 176 subscribers, right? But we knew we had a ministry. Did someone knock on the door? Oh, okay. But we knew we had a ministry. So we started doing YouTube videos. I called into the Marfugo show and he answered, and I told them about our hats that we were making, right? But I didn't even tell them about the hats. I don't think that's how it went, did it, guys? It went that I told them that they don't have to feel helpless and hopeless during this time because God will always provide a way out. And I told them about our experiment where we wore these EMF protection hats. I wore it for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I saw a change in my dreams and things like that. Um, But because we were on that show, the Marfugo family came over to see what we were talking about on our channel. So that's part of what Marfugo does. Is he? That's why I say he has God energy, because and I'm not calling him God. Come on, for all y'all dogmatic people, I'm saying there's an energy of love where you can discern what someone's of, right? So he does this thing called love bombing, where the people of the Fugal family go and subscribe to the people that call in his show. And so the Fugal family love bombed us, right? So then at that point, when they love bomb us, we kind of, the Fugal family started saying, no, no, no. We said, once we realized, because we told everybody where we got our fabric from. We wasn't planning on building a business, right? Yeah, love bombs. Um, but we weren't planning on building a business. And that's why I often tell people I didn't understand the difference between communism and capitalism until this event happened, right? So, um, yeah, all the people just started saying, first we was like, man, maybe we should make this. And then people literally, they even named our business, right? They named it and everything. And that's when I realized that, capitalism allows you to freely follow the inspired thought of God. Because it happened right when I had left my job. Lightweight lost it, but left my job. And Faithful had just lost or got laid off of hers because she worked for the college. And so it just grew to what it became. So I just wanted to give you some background on what's going on this, on the channel, like who's who and who's Faithful. That's my best friend. She's been a witness to everything that has happened to me over the past 3 years. um, you got to go back and watch the videos, but I had a supernatural event happen on January 8th, 2019, where God told me all of this was going to happen. And it happened while I was with Faithful. And that's how me and Faithful actually became best friends. Like we always talk about, like we are the unlikely pair. Like, and I remember when we first met each other, you never think we would become this close. So our relationship truly was the evidence of God. So I hope that gave you some background. I just wanted to give you some background real quick. Yes. So I'm Wisdom. Faithful is on her way here. Miss Faithful is fine herself. Like she is fine. There's someone that she's concerned about. And because, I've been diligent in some things, she knows she could come get what she needs to help that person here. So she's on her way over. Praise God. And I praise God. Wow. This answers what we were talking about earlier, doesn't it? You know, this thing that she's coming to get, is very important in a time like this, right? Um, but the question is, do we give to the people? I guess the answer is yes, right? Because she's on her way to get it. It's going to go away with her. And I know that it helped someone during their time of need. So, I think this answered the question from earlier, right? We're gonna help. I want to hear about y'all dreams for real, because my dreams have been on another level. Oh, also forgot to tell you about another dream I had where I walked outside, and a lot of times in dreams, it's the opposite, right? So if it's a man in the dream, then in real life it becomes a woman. You get what I'm saying? I've seen that happen many times. So I had another dream where I walked outside and I heard a trumpet, like a trumpet blare. And at that point, I knew one of my children wasn't home. I thought it was Olivia. And I just started running, running. I'm talking about full force towards the school. Um, but she's homeschooled now, so I don't have to worry about her being in. Both of them homeschooled now, so I don't got to worry about neither one of them being in school. Um, all right, let's see. in the book of Luke, it says that everything in the dark will be brought to, like in the book of Mark too. It literally says he's going to tell you every detail during out this time. So, yep. One dream I had was there were tons of spaceships. Then I was hearing loud booms. When I looked up, it the I think that was they were showing us holograms of dolphins and people. Interesting. Another one of our viewers, Miss Sandy by the Lakes, she had a dream that could take you to the core. And I haven't seen her on here in a while, but her dream matched what we figured out the other night when I was talking about my dream with it was Derek himself in my house. Let me tell y'all that one again. So I had a dream where I was walking around my house and then I looked and there was a man in my house. And I looked at him and I'm like, I had to look again, like I did a double take. And then I went, oh, you the devil himself. And I'm going to make y'all laugh because that's what I do, but it really was like the movie Baps. I don't know if anybody's seen that. Baps was like, oh, you want some, right? And I started fighting the devil. And I threw him in the washing machine. And I pressed the button. And then when the washing cycle was over, I reached in there and I pulled out, it looked like a big spider, like the size of a small dog. That's what I usually told when I told about that dream. But the other night I pulled it out and it looked like an alien, right? From the movie Alien, right? That's what it looked like. It was about the size, but it was a big spider and I pulled it out and I was holding it. Then the dream stops, or not stops, it transitions. And next thing you know, I'm on the beaches of Lake Erie. And the fish was plentiful. People were everywhere. It was like the fish were coming and jumping onto the sand. But so people were so happy, like, let's eat, let's eat. Oh my goodness, we can eat. Which I never thought about this. They were starving. Those people were starving because they were too happy to eat. Like it was literally like, look at all the fish we're gonna eat. Let's eat. And I was excited too. But there was a man that was eating a lobster. And I remember looking at that man and saying, you gonna eat that? And then he said, yeah, don't you love lobster? And I said, I love lobster, but not from Lake Erie. So that says something. There's a lot of people say we probably shouldn't be eating those types of foods because there was a lot of genetic modifications going on, but I don't know. Um, yes, it was a love mom. Okay, I see another dream I want to read. One of my dreams with the Chinese, they were knocking door to door, making us show papers. Interesting. Don't worry about your bonnet. You ought to see me through the phone. Praise God. And look, knowing you, Suzanne, I know, girl. Suzanne, let me tell you, I love me some Suzanne. She do not cut corners and is a straight shooter. I love this woman. Um, that's when I started to follow you when I heard you that night on Marfugo. Yes. I had a dream where military trucks came and picked us up, took us to Walmart. Now, let me tell y'all about that. A girl I know here named Keisha, she was one of the people that had, remember I told you I videotaped 3 people having the exact same dream, right? And they didn't know each other. Like one I met on a bus to Mississippi. Yeah, we were going to Mississippi. And the other one came into my office to become a foster parent, And then one of them was an aging out foster youth themselves. Um, so those 3 people had the same. Yes, Livy. You going to bed? Oh my goodness, my night owl. Praise God. Praise God. Be careful. All right. Um, good night, baby. Wait, nah. Yes, please. Sorry, guys. Sorry. That's okay. It's just a little bit of light. Um, I was telling you guys about that dream, but I don't know where I was going with it. Hold on. Oh, I love my baby, but she made me lose my train of thought. What was I telling you? I know I was telling you about a dream, but help me if you guys remember. Um, Yeah, let me go back to what I read and it. Oh, Walmart. There we go. So the girl Keisha from that, so you could see her picture, like you could see her, who had that dream. She called me, and she was a part of our group too. She called me and said, so there was a Walmart here, and she works nights at the Amazon, and she was driving home, and she saw all this like ridiculous heavy equipment being taken into an old Walmart here, right? Like the trucks were, and she said they were big heavy equipment that they were taking down into the Walmart area. And she said, she just thought like, she was just gonna see where they was going and follow them. Now, mind you, she said this is like 2 in the morning. This crazy early in the morning. And she said she went to follow, and she said guards stopped her because they had put gates where you couldn't even see the Walmart anymore. It was that high around the Walmart. And Miss Faithful said she saw that same Walmart. Well, like 1 minute was a vacant Walmart, next minute they had made it to where you couldn't see behind the gate what was going on at that Walmart. And she said, Keisha said she pulled in, and don't you know Walmarts usually have like one side's coming in, but there's a barrier there. She said she pulled in one side, the like all the I don't know if they were police, but she said they weren't wearing military uniforms, but they all came out and just told her to leave the premises. But you got to understand, this Walmarts are where there's tons of vacant businesses. So it didn't make sense. People usually cut through that area. So why would they say that, right? So something else to think about. So I want to go back to your comment about the Walmart. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Miss Faithful is here. Let's see. I didn't get the thing she told me to get. So I'm about to put this down on the banister, and then I'm gonna take you guys out there to see Miss Faithful real quick, okay? But I didn't grab it. I should have been grabbing it during that time. So let me go in here and grab it real quick. Yeah, Miss Faithful. Well, but I know what I'm gonna do, because this is gonna take too long. Sorry, babe. Okay, sorry. Okay. Okay. I just want you guys to see Miss Faithful. Then I'm gonna close out this live. But I've had fun talking with everybody. Like I got on shorts. Hold on, I got on shorts, y'all. Hold on. Oh, praise God, it's raining. You get me rained on. You know I don't do that rain stuff. All right, say hi to the family.
Hi, family.
Okay, yes, we love y'all.
We love
and
you
we will
guys.
talk to you guys in a second, okay? All right. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Wait, y'all hear her?
Bye.
Bye. Okay.